Okay, very cool. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to the July 2020 Add-ons Show and Tell. We're here today with Lisa, Andreas, Andrew, and Atik, and hopefully we'll have some more folks joining us pretty soon. So we're here to show and or tell about some of the awesome add-ons related projects that are happening right now. Feel free to add other things that you would like to share in the agenda. And while we're doing that, I'm going to hand this over to Lisa. So Lisa, I'll stop screen sharing and feel free to share your screen.
Sure. All right. Let's see if I can maximize this, I guess. Okay. So a part of my outreachy internship project is to add the ability to upload images for the primary hero area on the AMO homepage, which is this section right here. So currently, if we go to the admin and go to the discovery item, which is where that feature is located. When we scroll down, we can see that there is, images, but we can only select them from this set right now. So I created a primary hero image upload section where you can upload a hero area image. So let's get this picture of penguins. And save. So we have this new image here. So if we go back to the discovery items and refresh, and scroll down, we have the new image that we can select for this add-on now. It's still a work in progress. Right now, we can only upload the images for the primary hero section. My next steps is to actually get it connected, and when we go to that section, our selected images will be displayed. That's it.
Look at those sweet gradient colors. That looks nice. Any questions for Lisa? So that looks pretty good. So what do you still have left to do in the project?
Other than getting it connected so that when we actually go to the AMO homepage, we can actually see the image live. And then another feature is to be able to reorder the shelves underneath the secondary hero area and be able to change the order or add a new shelf.
Very cool. Okay. Well, this looks like a really great start.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, let's turn it over. Unless there's any other questions for Lisa or comments or claps, let's go ahead and turn it over to Andreas.
All right. So there was a thing in Gmail that was bugging me a little. I think it's this window. Yeah. So can you see my screen? Is it readable? What I did was I added an integration for Bugzilla emails into the Gmail interface. So whenever you open a Bugzilla email, you get this additional link over here that says view on Bugzilla, and if you click on it, it opens the link, obviously, on Bugzilla. Like, this is not super useful, or it is slightly useful on regular emails where you also have the link here. You could just click the link as well. But when you look at security emails or private bugs that like this one, for example, and if you use the threaded conversation view in Gmail, you can see that by default, Gmail hides all the useful information. So you would have to do some extra clicks to actually go to or expand the email down here and then be able to click on the link. That was bothering me for quite a while, so that's why I added or why I created the add-on. Just get a link over here, whatever is being shown or not shown over here. And it also contains comes with a keyboard shortcut. It's Control-Shift-B. I can't do this for this bug, obviously, because it's private. But you won't see it from here. But if I just press the keyboard, it'll open the new tab with the bug. The add-on is on AMO. I'm going to link to it in the agenda. Otherwise, let me know if you run into trouble. I'm happy to look into it, because writing an extension for Gmail is quite the challenge. So yeah, I'm very happy to improve it if you run into issues. Thank you.
So Andreas, what was the most frustrating part about writing this extension?
It was really trying to understand how Gmail is structured, how the Gmail page is structured, and trying to integrate with it, because I'm not sure who here has worked with Gmail or with the Gmail DOM so far, but it's not made to be extendable at all. Everything is dynamic. Things are randomized very often. Things are dynamically created and destroyed, or not created and destroyed and just reused and changed. So there's lots of challenges in trying to figure out where exactly on the page is the email body and things like that.
Cool beans.
So is it only useful for Bugzilla, or would something like this be as useful for GitHub issues, or was that not the case?
There is already another add-on or an add-on from another developer for GitHub issues. I can link it in the agenda as well. That's what I have been using for quite a while, and I took that as like a trigger to build something for Bugzilla as well, because I wanted to have a similar functionality.
Okay. All right, next we're going to turn it over to Atik to share a little bit about the extension activity monitor.
Thank you, Caitlin. Yeah, the extension activity monitor is a project of my GSOC work, actually. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen now. So it's an extension that actually monitors the other extension logs, which have been installed in my browser. So I have actually temporarily loaded this extension activity monitor. So I am going to do is, like, we have a pop-up which app. Okay, let me just reload it. Okay, then we have a pop-up that actually says if there is the extension being monitored or not. So, and two options that we can actually monitor. Either we can actually monitor all the extensions or actually stop monitoring all the extensions. So I'm going to start monitoring all extensions. So that's give me a green sign, which says extensions are being monitored. And then it actually monitors all the extensions which have been actually, which are active in my browser. So I have two extensions currently for testing, that is Bristify and Broaderify. So, and from the pop-up, I can actually go to the activity log page, which actually shows us all the logs that we have from the extension that we have been monitoring. So if I click on this Bristify pop-up, browser action icon, then I get two logs over here. And for example, I want to get some logs from the Broaderify. So I got another logs, and from the first feature I will be showing you that I can save these logs with this button. which actually saves the log, and then I can click this log. This is actually the summary of that log, and when I click any of these logs, it actually shows the details of that log. And another feature that have been in the working process in the working, so which is like I can filter these logs with this parameters, which are like I want to see the only logs that belongs to this extension. So these are the things that have been I have been working with the filtering options for now, and this is all about the I have been working on it since last month, and this is the how it is. It is not super cool like this is the design has been, we have not been focused on the design yet, so it's like the bare bone design, and I am glad that two of my mentors are here. So I'm glad they have been super cool to me. They have been mentoring me. Like, I'm learning a lot from them. So it's cool. I have got them in this meeting too. So this is about it. So let me just, how can I stop sharing my screen? Yeah, this was about all about my project. Thank you.
Great job. Looks awesome.
Any questions for Atik?
Yes. So, how do you collect those logs?
We have been using the activity log API, which have been released. I don't know when it has been released, but with those API, I can get the log from the extensions that I've been monitoring, which is a
Okay.
privileged API, activity log API.
So your extension is a privilege extension.
Yeah, it's a privileged extension.
And for this activity log API, is there any way for a regular extension to know about this API and the fact that the extension is being monitored?
I can. I'm not sure if there is any disclaimer for that. I think Rob can answer that. If I'm not actually hugely, I have not spent time on the activity log API. How if that says the user that it can be monitored.
The extension activity monitor API that just collects all information. The extensions that are being monitored do not easily notice that it's being monitored.
Does that mean it's impossible or it's just tricky but doable?
Well, it should be impossible, but in theory, you look at side channels to infer that it's being monitored. But that's in general. With monitoring in many different applications, if you really want to try very hard, you can detect that you are being observed. But in practice, it should be impossible to detect that you're being monitored.
Okay.
And so the monitor will just do like one particular extension, or is the end goal that it'll just show all of your extensions and all of the different API calls?
Yeah. The work behind the API calls, the API events, all the things that that comes with any extensions that have been monitoring. It actually it actually captures those logs and shows here.
Cool. So what's the next step with this?
Yeah, and the next step is the filtering option is ongoing work. So I will be finishing the filtering options. There will be a few more filtering options available here. Also, there will be an option to load logs. Like I'm saving the logs, so there should be an option to where I'll be able to load the logs and view them in the table view. So yeah, that's pretty much for the project.
Cool. Very cool. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I'm next. Possibly Rob will be able to demo this because my local build just failed because
You can use the staging. You can use the staging server.
Oh, I can use the staging server. I don't think I have a staging XPI though.
You can open Firefox nightly, disable add-on signing, and then install it from the staging server. The XPIs
Okay.
are available on the staging server as well.
Okay. So what Rob just said would take me about 15 minutes to be able to do. So I'm just going to share the GitHub issue. I just wanted to say that we have an awesome community member named Andre. And Andre got kind of interested in theming a little bit. And so he made, there's a website called Themer where you can kind of like create themes for different environments on your desktop. And he integrated it with, or he made it so that you could like do some stuff with Firefox, which is kind of nice. But then he also did this great thing where he exposed a whole bunch of property, like more advanced color picking properties for Firefox color in kind of like an advanced UI state. So normal users will still see kind of like the basic palette of colors that they can manipulate, but for our more advanced users who want to like fine tune with a few other different themable areas of the browser, Andre has landed a patch in Firefox Color that lets them do that. So this is just finishing up its QA process and we're hoping to release it soon. But this is, it's always nice to see community members kind of come in and add features. This is really nice because I know this is an area that some folks have been asking about. And so it's nice to be able to kind of provide them with some more advanced options. And yeah, and maybe one day we can make the AMO theme generator also have more advanced options as well.
Patch is welcome.
Yeah, patch is welcome. Exactly, Andre. Patch is welcome, Andre. I mean, no pressure, right? No pressure. But we're very grateful that he did Firefox Color because Firefox Color is really great. But just saying, if somebody wanted to like port this to the AMO theme generator, we would be excited about that. So that is my show and tell.
And Firefox Color QA just finished testing. It will be released today. So
yes,
within a few hours probably.
That's amazing. Okay, so maybe next month I can demo it live.
Caitlin, do you have a favorite theme?
What was that?
Do you have a favorite theme?
I don't have a favorite theme, but I was really excited that I made a theme a few months ago with the horrible goose from the Untitled Goose game. And after we changed our stats processing, I now only have 6 users, but somebody told me that they would give me their firstborn in exchange for the theme, and that made me feel really good about myself.
Can you show it?
Yeah, I can show it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, hold on just one second. Did anyone sign up for After Me, or are we now at the point where we're, yeah, so I think I called it Horrible Goose. Okay, so, sorry. So this is my Horrible Goose theme. It's got the goose with the keys and my little 6 users, which I'm very excited about, and that was unexpected. And yeah, and
I noticed you're not using it, Caitlin.
I'm not using it because I love my my dynamic theme by Cynthia Pereira, one of our community members, because that theme, I love her theme. Like, her theme is amazing. But I guess I can just install it and we can. Yeah, it's not quite perfect. Like, I kind of wish that I could do as you can see, like, I haven't quite figured out how to get the goose to just like stand there. Oh no, I guess it kind of works. There was just something in the way. But like fiddling with the placement of it is really hard. And so part of this project was for me to kind of see how hard it was and see like how much the ability to preview would be helpful or not helpful. But then I think it also changed. No, it doesn't change based on how you resize the window. So yeah, I wanted to learn a little bit more about like what our theme developers were going through when I did this. Also, I have like, probably if somebody on the UX team saw all of my browser action buttons, they would cry. But like, it also doesn't help that my toolbar is pretty cluttered. But yeah, so yeah, it is a beautiful day on the internet, and I'm a horrible goose.
As Andrew said, patches welcome.
As Andrew said, patches welcome. Wait, patches to my theme or patches to?
No, patches to making the placement easier.
Oh yeah, I don't know how that works. So it used to be in our old theming thing that we had the number of pixels that was supported, and that seemed like that was just kind of like a standard number. And then when we moved to static themes, it was kind of like, yeah, see if it works. I don't know if that's true, and I don't want to offend Andrew by saying that. I just haven't been able to find an answer.
It's true.
Okay.
I mean, it's difficult to know because in your case, you've got like the toolbar and the middle bar and then the bookmarks bar at the bottom, but the bookmarks bar doesn't exist for most people. So there's no kind of standard size. It depends on how many toolbars you've got. If you've shown a menu bar, which is the default on like certain other OSs, but it's not on Windows, and you know, even like the text size and the zoom built into the OS is kind of, you know, it affects what's shown.
Yeah. Okay.
The preview that shows you when you're in AMO is kind of roughly ish what you'd see on Windows. So if it kind of fits in the little preview, it's kind of, most people will see it, but it's not an exact thing.
Got it. Oh, that makes sense, because then it doesn't expose the toolbar. Like you lose that space. Okay. Very good. The more you know. Okay, so that is my share. Okay, so we have 5 minutes left. Did anyone happen to pop in? Okay. Does anyone have any other cool things that they would like to share? Art is welcome. Okay, no pressure, or we can give everybody back 4 minutes of their time. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. It's always nice to see what stuff is happening out there in add-ons land, and it was really awesome to have Atik and Lisa here to demo some of the stuff that they've been working on as part of their internships. So thanks so much for taking the time to come and share with us today. So we'll be back next month in August. Until then, take good care of yourselves, keep doing awesome stuff, and we'll see you later. All right, bye everybody.